you have a girlfriend or something, yeah, and they walk in, like, babe, just got some Cheetos lip balm. You want to try some?
Do you know what I mean? Understanding your competitors is the most crucial part of developing a product, developing a company, developing a brand.
Huge. Big spin. That's a good spin.
Welcome back to Suits and Sliders episode 4. Quattro. It's lovely to see you all again. I'm amazed that you're hanging around. What's today's episode about, Jay?
Today's episode is collecting the market research.
Exactamundo.
A very, very vital step before launching a business.
Literally crucial. Like, having a personal idea is brilliant and all, and really powerful. However, if you never choose to find out what the world wants, your idea will simply only ever be your own. So you do have to go out and about. You have to do your research, whether that's through trending social media, through searching through just normal sort of sites and such.
It's so important.
It is vital, and there's different facets to it you need to do in terms of your market research, and we'll get all into that today.
We will, but
in the meantime, please subscribe, go check out the Patreon, comment, do whatever else you need to do. Just do something.
Yeah, if you're enjoying the pods, you're liking it, you're listening, just drop a little subscribe button. Mate. It's not that hard. It's for free. It's for free.
4 episodes in, and we want to be eventually 400. So stay tuned early. If you're on the train from day one as well, that's a bit of an OG status that you can accrue. So if you commented on the early video, and that's that timestamp of saying it was done on this day, then hey, when it comes to a couple of years down the line, you can say to other people, I was there from day one.
I was an OG.
You were an OG. Anyway, outside of that, we have another little thing that we're going to get into when we should. The scratch cards.
That is correct.
We're not going to forget about it today. We're going to get it done when we should in the intro, as we've been meaning to do every episode so far.
Yeah, we've been meaning that.
So I'm going to kick us off. It's our tradition. If you haven't been here already, the story behind the scratch cards is it comes from our college days. And what we do is we have a little scratch card to motivate us, give us a little bit of excitement, entertainment.
Yeah, and we're currently down £8.
I actually worked out we're down £10.
£10?
Down £10.
What was the first one? £1?
Just bear in mind, we've done 3 episodes so far. 2 of those were £1 scratch cards, and the other one was £2 scratch cards. So that's £4.
We're down £8. After the day, we might be down 10, but we could be up. We could be down 8.
I don't deserve
anyway, quick maths.
Anyway,
Go on, what have you got? Have you won? Please tell us you've won.
This is the 100,000 scratch card, ready?
This is £1.
We have won nothing. Again, this is just getting infuriating. I wonder what the stats are as far as losing, because I'm not doing it. I'm not having a good one.
No, fuck all.
Seriously?
Yeah, seriously.
How have we managed to buy
not even a quid?
8 scratch cards and lose on every single one?
Not even a quid. Nothing.
That is so embarrassing.
So we're down £10.
We're down £10, people. Absolutely.
No, true that.
That's a great throw. Anyway, so we have to make money because we don't fucking win any. And we're going to get into it today with an all-time favourite, aren't we, Jay?
We are.
What are we going to do first?
Workplace stories.
Workplace stories. Where today, we'll be talking about big companies doing dumb shit. So yeah, we're going to get into it now. Tell you a little bit about how the big fish can make the stupid mistakes.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Workplace stories.
Workplace stories.
Ooh.
That was
time to kick this podcast off.
Yeah.
We have very, very questionable products. Well, I do for sure. And I guess we're going to find who has the worst one.
We are. When the big fish fall. Point is you lot out there might make a silly mistake. And you might go, maybe it's because I've got no experience. Well, trust me. Some of the big dogs, they make some stupid mistakes too.
And we have found them.
We have
found some stinkers. Absolute stinkers, mate.
Shall I kick us off?
Yes, Oliver.
Well, this is a household name, I'm pretty sure. As long as you're a hygienic person, of course.
Go on.
Colgate. Ever heard of Colgate?
Yeah, good.
Fresh smile. Brush your teeth every morning. Well, Colgate.
Yeah, minty.
Minty fresh.
Minty fresh.
Colgate, quite a while ago, I'm not sure as to when, but Colgate, a few years back, were like, you know what, we're dominating We're smashing the toothpaste industry.
Yeah.
We're doing so well. Guess
Right.
what? You know what comes hand in hand with toothpaste? Food.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Okay, yeah, exactly. Colgate tried to
rogue.
release their own line of frozen dinners.
Frozen dinners.
Frozen dinners
Wait,
going into
that's
the
the
stores
first-
of Iceland and all sorts around the world.
So that's the first thing they did for food, frozen.
It wasn't
dinners.
so they had the toothpaste brand that was dominating, and they thought, you know what we need to do now? We need to expand.
No, I'm saying that's their first food industry they tapped into was frozen dinners.
Frozen dinners, and got a picture here to show you. This is Colgate beef lasagna.
Oh
for you people at home, Colgate beef lasagna.
That just looks
which looks
horribly
absolutely
wrong.
rancid. And
It looks
everybody
wrong.
used to look Everybody used to look at it and think, I don't want my food tasting like toothpaste.
like mint.
And
Yeah.
so, yeah,
What are
Colgate.
they doing?
They tried it, and a year later they said,
I mean, fair play.
never again, and they've never branched out since.
Really? Yeah,
They
I'm not
literally
surprised.
stopped
So what, they
branching
sold
out.
fuck all, basically.
They might have sold a few, but then they realised how dead it was because everyone was like, why do I want to have
Jesus.
toothpaste tasting food? Even though
That-
honestly it wasn't.
That's out there. That's rogue. Especially like if you've solidified yourself in one industry.
Yeah.
You're a dominant player. And you go, yeah, let's try the food industry. I mean, it's ballsy, but
It's ballsy. But anyway,
It's
that's
rogue.
our first one for today.
I've got one.
What have you got?
Pepsi.
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 Okay.
You know Pepsi. Right. Idea is Pepsi AM. Yeah? In 1989, Pepsi decided people needed a morning soda alternative to coffee.
Oh.
Mental. They launched Pepsi AM.
Okay.
Crazy. A cola with extra caffeine to replace, ideally, your morning brew, right?
Yeah.
Mental. Obviously, unsurprisingly, no one bought into this. All the coffee lovers love their coffee and a hot brew in the
Yeah,
morning.
of course. If you're a coffee lover, you're not going to.
No one wanted to drink some soda, like chug it down at like 7 a.m. Didn't work.
People who drink fizzy drinks in the morning, you're nutters.
That is crazy. I'm sorry.
I can
That's
never
mental.
hack that.
How can you like wake up and go, yeah, I want
First
to
thing I
need
need
a
is
soda?
a Coca-Cola.
No,
or a
no
Pepsi.
chance. Basically, they thought it'd work because of the rise of energy drinks at the time,
Oh, I see.
but it just absolutely
Flopped, eh?
flopped big time.
I see. Well, I've got another one for you. So this one is a stormer of a name.
Go on.
And I'll spin this around for you so you can see. We all know
Some
one of the biggest
graphics.
players in the game is Mr. Jeff Bezos himself.
Yeah,
About 11
Amazon?
years ago, so not too long ago, only a decade or so,
fair.
11 years ago, Amazon said, you know what?
Hmm.
We're doing well. We've got much money in the bank. We're going to release our own phone. The Amazon Fire phone.
Oh, I remember
You might remember this coming
a little
out,
bit.
and you remembered how quick it died because Amazon Fire phones got released. They were only applicable to download like Amazon apps as well, not even like Android or Apple
that's
apps because it was a brand new
that's-
phone.
that's
They
a
were
big
selling
L.
them for $650 a pop, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, after a few, I think it was like after 6-7 months, like they realized it was dying, and guess it went down all the way to selling them off for 99 cents before
Oh
the
my
whole mission
God.
died, and they lost about $170 million
That's
in the whole
crazy.
process of trying to release the Amazon Fire phone.
You know what though? Wouldn't be surprised if they bring it back. Amazon have gone into a lot of industries.
They have, but that one just it's gone so like specific to being Samsung, Apple, maybe Google now. Like it's so hard to come in with those big fish.
I know.
Amazon saw
But then,
that
but then you
firsthand.
said it. How long ago did they launch?
Only 10 years ago.
That's
and it
like
flopped.
prime time iPhone.
Yeah, but it's
Very tough market.
I think
I don't
Amazon,
know, I
Apple have
reckon-
just got the.
I
the
would not
scene.
be surprised if they come back out with another phone kind of product.
Well, you heard it here first, people.
There we go. I'm calling it. I'm calling it early. Anyway, many of you might remember this, right? Mackie D's.
Mackie D's.
Mackie
What
D's.
Mackie D's do wrong?
They've done a bit wrong back in their day. So, mid-90s,
Yeah.
they introduced an Arch Deluxe burger to rival the gourmet burgers out there.
Okay.
Yeah? So what they did, they tried to make it a bit fancier, add some new ingredients, bish bash bosh.
Mm-hmm.
However, it wasn't cheap and it wasn't fast food, right?
They got a price tag.
It flopped. There is no price tag.
I see.
Basically, what they said though, the premium pricing and the heavy marketing could not save it from just flopping either way. Like people did not buy into it. You know, you go to Mackey's, you're like, yeah, 99p cheeseburger.
you're there for the cheeseburger,
You're
the
there
Big
for
Mac.
the nugs. Whatever you're there for. Do you know what I mean? Nice and cheap, nice and quick.
What's your Mackey's order? Side note. Go
To
on.
be honest.
You know how they released like the Stormzy, genius marketing recently. They've released the
Yeah,
Stormzy
I've
thing
seen
where
that
like
as well.
Stormzy's typical menu has been released as a package. I
Quite
think it's
clever,
brilliant.
quite clever.
Quite clever.
They've done a few of those things with like celebrities. I don't know if it's Mackey's, but it might be other people who have done that as well.
But go on, what's your go-to?
I like a sweet chili crispy chicken wrap.
Oh,
That'll be my go-to. Like,
it's good.
it's just a
very good.
solid option.
Little drink? What are you going to drink, guys?
Not really. I don't really care, to be
Okay.
fair. I'll probably go for like Sprite Zero.
Anything on the tipple. I see.
Yeah. What about yourself?
I'm just a staple for a Big Mac. I
Big Mac,
love a good Big
yeah.
Mac. But there are people out there, and if you're watching this and you're one of these people, stop doing it. Don't put too much lettuce in there. I don't want to like try and eat it and have
I know what you mean,
lettuce all over me. I don't want to become a lettuce fucking swimmer.
They ram it in, don't they?
Honestly, like you pick it up and it's just like you've got a box of lettuce and you're like, what was that doing there? Like,
Yeah. They don't care about
they
the
just need to get rid
lettuce.
of
They
it.
just like shove
So,
it in.
stop putting so much lettuce in the Big Macs, people.
There we go. Come on, Mackies. What are you
Anyway,
doing?
sorry, crack on.
No, that was it
that was
basically.
it.
So people were like, yeah, this grown-up vibe that they're trying to go with just doesn't run. It's too costly. It's just not good. Like, if I wanted to go get a nice burger at a restaurant, I'd go to a restaurant and sit down and eat it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't go to Mackey's.
that's so strange.
It
Anyway,
flopped, basically.
yeah, I bet it did. Moving on. I didn't even hear of that, so it must have flopped hard. Anyway,
Yeah.
moving on. So some of the UK audience might not have heard of this brand, but I shall explain it.
Go on.
This brand is called Cheetos. And I know you know who Cheetos are.
Yep.
Cheetos,
Kinda like a
and this one was
What's-Its.
kind of well known when it flopped as hard as it did. It's like, yeah, it's the American What's-Its in
I
many
would say
ways.
so, yeah.
A little bit smaller, a little bit spicier. Anyway,
Spicier.
Cheetos were like, what shall we do from their inquisitive market research? We're going to release a lip balm.
Flavoured.
A lip balm, a Cheetos
Cheeto flavour.
flavoured lip balm that went on a
Cheese.
keychain. Here we are. This is the Cheetos flavoured lip balm for you people at home. And it absolutely flopped. It was $3 per lip balm. So quite an expensive lip balm as well. You're not getting one of these like aloe vera $1 lip balms.
yeah.
It's $3 and it had horrific sales after people who hated one smelling cheese all day because
What?
it was
Yeah,
right
who's
under their nose. And secondly, like when they kissed people, it was like spicy.
Oh my god.
And so
That's what I was gonna say.
the
Like,
Cheetos lip balm flopped heavy.
imagine if like you have a girlfriend or something, yeah, and they walk in, like, babe, just got some Cheetos lip balm. You want to try
Do you
some?
know what I mean? Like, obesity's on the rise, people. Stop doing these things.
You're smelling of cheese, mate. You're stinking
However-
around walking, stinking up the
True.
gaff.
But
Ugh.
is there something to be said that I've looked into this in a general sense? There is something to be said where Cheetos could be going, we're dipping on sales of our crisps. Let's do something outlandish. Maybe get some more sales. There's been companies that have done this in the past. So maybe it could have gone down that avenue.
Depends
like there
how
could be
long
some
they-
exec going, yeah, let's release a lip balm. Let's get everybody talking about us.
Nah, that's mental.
Do you know what I mean?
Depends how long
there
they
could be
had it
that
for,
angle.
though. Depends if it was like a couple months and it flopped, and they're like, pull it. Then
Maybe.
obviously it's a bad mistake.
Maybe.
I mean, I've got one here,
Go
right?
on.
And this ended up backfiring big time. You know, Bic.
The
They
pen.
do the pens,
Yeah.
like the clicky multicolour
Yeah,
pens, right?
Yeah.
Hear this out. In 2012, Bic, obviously known for its affordable, practical stationery, right? We're like, this is unreal. We're gonna release a pen for her. So they released a Bic, but with pastel colours, right?
Yeah.
So like, nice baby pink,
Okay,
nice. I've seen them before, to be fair.
Yeah.
Anyway, the whole point of the product was to go, it's for her. It's a her pen, right?
Yeah.
People hated it. Critics called it patronising,
That's what I was about to say.
unnecessary.
It sounds really like-
Sparked a wave of terrible reviews online.
Yeah.
People essentially ridiculing the idea. Like, they hated it. That woman needed gender writing tools or something. They did not like that.
Yeah.
Essentially
Not
flopped.
good.
Consumers hated it. Everyone found it outdated, condescending, and it they took it straight off the market. But you might still see them popping around, like back in the day.
Little,
I
like,
remember that.
collector's
I
item.
actually do remember that.
I personally don't, but like I can kind of envision it.
Yeah,
But still,
yeah.
like the whole patronising angle makes a lot of sense.
Oh yeah, 2012 as well. Like that's kind of recent.
You get it.
Yeah.
That's like almost like
Yeah.
new age stuff coming through at that point. You
Yeah.
don't want to be then like.
Do you remember the
outdated.
Yorkie bar?
Yes, but that one actually hit quite well, I think.
But that
one
was
had
just
good
before
marketing.
2012, I think, wasn't it?
I
remember when
think it
like,
was. I think it
young.
was. I think people did like buy into that though, because it was
Yeah.
like because the packaging and everything. Like Bic was never renowned as something
No.
for men before they made a
Yeah,
Bic for her.
it wasn't as mainstream.
So
as what
whereas Yorkie
came
was
out.
this sort
Yeah.
of male chocolate marketed
Yeah.
thing, so they could do the alternative. Bic, it's a pen.
Yeah.
Like anyway,
I wonder if that would pop off in today's world though.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Doubt it.
Not with
Probably flop
not
as
with
well.
modern day sort of.
It would flop even
ideologies
harder,
to
I
things.
reckon.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think it would be like scathed in many
Yeah.
ways. I've got a fourth one for us. Yeah, we
Go
came
on.
packed
Go
with you
on.
people today. This is from the big old company Heinz. Everybody knows Heinz.
Heinz, yes.
You can't have a barbecue without a good old bottle of Heinz. And they made a company back in 2000. So I made a facet of their company back in 2000 called the Easy Squirt Ketchup. EZ Squirt Ketchup.
EZ.
And it sounds pretty straightforward. They just put their product in an Easy bottle to squirt. Well, no. Easy was marketed to kids as their new their new coloured ketchup, where they had a purple range of ketchup.
Well, it was
They had-
actually purple. Oh,
They had a
my
green
God.
range for the gooey green ketchup. All tasted just like ketchup, apparently. And they had a blue range of Easy Squirt
That would have
ketchup.
killed me off, mate.
And
That would have
so
killed me.
when you're looking at the end result, sort of how it's out there on a little hot dog for you people, it absolutely flopped. Like after 6 months, they had to remove it from the shelves because parents were complaining about the artificial colouring. The marketing didn't hit. Everyone was looking at their
That's
hot
horrendous.
dogs and burgers going, why is a load of green shit on my burger? And so it just didn't go down well. It was £2 a bottle, and after
can't
6
believe
months,
that.
you didn't see another one again.
That's
So
mental.
That was Heinz making a big old flop.
That is crazy. I think that's a good way to end the segment. to be
I
fair.
reckon so too. But anyway,
Would you try that? I wouldn't even try that.
let's try the ketchup.
Yeah.
I-
Purple.
Maybe a little pinky dab. No, I'm not putting it on any actual food of mine.
Oh.
But that was Workplace Stories for you today, people. We're going to get back into the episode now and tell you a bit more about generating the market research, which hopefully will mean you avoid these problems that big old companies have fallen foul of.
Yeah.
Let's get back into it.
Need a piss after this.
And we're coming back in. Jamie just said he needs the toilet.
Yeah, carry on.
Talking about collecting market research today, we're going to tell you a few bits about not only the facets of market research you need to look into, but then tools about it, and then sort of subsidiaries of that going into the detail. So kicking us off, the general importance of market research, collecting that data that's going to be what is the difference between you having customers and completely flopping with an idea that truthfully probably has some good legs to it. So anything you've got in general about market research, Jay, about your own experiences with it?
I mean, yeah, it's huge. For us, we did a lot of market research before approaching the industries that we approached. And I think within that, you start to understand what's out there, what kind of scope you can bring, or niche or different USP that you can bring to the market. And also, what your competitors are doing. What is different? What's different between your competitors?
You're 100% right. So knowing that level of importance for market research, a few of the key details of that is, one, you'll be able to understand your audience a lot better. Once you understand your audience, you can then tailor your marketing, you can tailor your products, you can tailor everything. So knowing your audience is such a key point. Validating the demand for your products as well, to know what sort of scale you want to sell at. Let's say you were to sell some sort of product, you could stock 1,000 of them if you wanted to, you could stock 10 of them. But if you validate the demand for it, see what's out there, then that gives you the good systematic approach to then go, okay, let's get in 300 of the first order, because there'll be at least 300 plus of the demand. Analysing the competitors, as you just mentioned, we'll go into that in more detail in a second, but knowing what your competitors do well and what they don't do so well is crucial. It'll be what separates you if you're in the same space as another person, especially even a brand that's like big. They do fall foul of certain things, and if you can do something that they don't do, that is just going to make you kind of
exactly. You look at the workplace stories, an example that we just did. Like, if you had a bit of sense of realism in there, you could probably avoid those losses that they've created and made.
Entirely. And then the last two really important points that you gain from market research is understanding your price point. Once you understand where your price point is, that's when you can understand what your margins are, what your costs can be. And then from that, you can take the steps into making a business plan where you can offer investors at a later stage the opportunity that comes with making the amount of sales that you want to make. So knowing that, and then finally, reducing the risk. All of these summarize themselves into being what is risk averse for you people out there. Once you really understand what the industry is doing, so on and so forth, and the fundamentals, you reduce that risk for you in terms of knowing that it's a good old thing to have a crack at.
Definitely. So following on from that, I believe you have the 4 fundamental key points.
The 4 fundamentals. So as I just mentioned, the 4 fundamentals, the 2 that I've already focused on today is competitors. So understanding your competitors and understanding your customers. What about yourself, Jim? You got a couple more for
so
us?
I've looked at the industry and also looking at how you monetize your product or whatever it may be, a service as well.
Exactly. So running through them. Industry, so understanding the industry, understanding how to monetize, understanding your competitors, and understanding your customers.
So starting with the industry,
Go on.
It's all about knowing what your industry's trends are, their challenges, and also the opportunities, because this really helps you gauge a proper whole vision understanding before you enter this industry / market. Helps you stay ahead of the game, helps you make informative decisions as well.
And it understands like how your industry is scaling over time.
A
massive thing that we've realised is how well podcasting's been doing, and the other brand that we're focusing on, where those USPs will benefit due to the scaling as time continues.
I think particularly with our other brand, right, it's a lot of potential politics that come involved. So like in terms of geographically, in particular what we're looking to do with our other brands is maybe we're sourcing certain products from certain areas. What's going on in those certain areas? If something was to kick off, do we have a backup or an alternative? It's very key. So you need to like really, really hone down into your product or whatever it may be, if it's service as well, and go, right, if something was to hit the fan, do I have a backup? Do I have an alternative? Whether that's a supplier, whether that's a manufacturer, whatever it could be. You got to think like that as well. You need a plan B almost in every scenario.
Certainly. So to talk a bit about what then breaks down from there into the customers, because the customers at the end of the day are the people that's going to make you the money you want to make. So understanding the customer's needs is asking people like your friends and family out there, reaching out to them. It's like these people will, for a lot of the time, support you, and they will be biased in the sense that they want to make sure that you feel, I don't know, empowered in what you're continuing to do. Nevertheless, go out to those few people that give you the tough love. Go out to the people who are going to say, look, Jay, or look, like, it's not going to work. Like, there's just no opportunity for this to expand in the space that you want it to expand in. Go to the people who you truthfully trust. And then if you have social media, start putting stuff out there. Start getting in people's DMs. Be like, this is an idea. Or what do you think?
Yeah, massive.
Like, because that will give you this real like understanding from people who are your peers in many ways, these people who you've associated with and got on social media. They'll give you some realistic advice as to the business.
I mean, getting feedback off anything is huge, but it's all about getting that feedback, receiving it, not taking it personally, but also really looking into what they've said and understanding why they've said it. Because if someone or a couple of people have the same feedback, a lot of people of your audience are going to have the exact same opinion.
And feedback.
Don't be surprised by that.
You're 100%. Feedback's really important. That moves on to my next point under the customer bracket, is going on to Google reviews, going into your customers' databases, going onto Google, typing in, or Trustpilot or wherever else, going through those reviews, seeing what the customers are saying. Go to the 1-star reviews, work your way up, not the other way around, because you can do the stuff that everybody does well in the space. Doing the stuff that people don't do so well at is really important.
Exactly, and also with those reviews and stuff, you've got to be careful, because a lot of them could be botted nowadays, especially with AI, everything that's going on.
Yeah.
So looking at those 1-stars, I don't know about you, but like when I go on a product or if I'm booking a holiday, whatever it may be, I'm going to look at this hotel or this product. I'm going to go, what's wrong with it before I actually invest my money into it or go and spend my money on it? Hard-earned money as well. Another thing, big thing, identifying how to monetize, right?
Yeah.
You need to do proper research. This basically will allow you to understand what your audience values. So understanding what they value is a key thing before maybe making a product, maybe starting a service. If someone values time, you need to make sure your service is speedy. If someone values
That's a really good
quality,
point.
you need to make sure your product has a proper solid quality. This will help you come up with your price range as well. It will help you come up with a product strategy that allows you to be so much more effective than just walking in blind.
And
So
also,
understanding your audience value is huge.
definitely. And that price point also allows you to realize what your competitors are doing, which means if somebody's being able to sell the same product but for half the price, you've got to start asking the questions. How are they doing that?
Yeah.
Like, what manufacturers are they going to, or what sort of marketing are they doing? Is there natural marketing they can do? All this sort of stuff. If you start to answer those questions, you fill out your understanding of what your plan's going to be yourself before you even had to get to really.
But also following on from that, if your competitor's selling at X, you know what your audience, if you're kind of looking at a similar product, will be willing to pay for that product.
Yeah.
So that's a huge thing in terms of monetization and making sure, like you said, you're getting a very good price point and you're also adhering to the audience values.
Yeah, definitely. But as you mentioned with the competitors, which is the final fundamental of the market research, going down the avenue of your competitors is probably what I think is the most important, because there's a Mark Cuban out there, a big multi-billionaire, Shark Tank host, all this sort of stuff. He has said many a time, understanding your competitors is the most crucial part of developing a product, developing a company, developing a brand.
Huge.
And the reason for that is because once you go into your competitors who are doing well in the space, you can both steal and then kind of benefit upon their failures. So you go onto their social media, you look through all their adverts, the ones that have got the big clicks. That is like trending in this space with this industry. Take it on yourself. Don't copyright. I'm not saying to go down the exact same avenue, because then you'll make yourself almost like a B-Tech version of the brand.
And that'll get found out very easily, especially if you have a similar audience. They'll find out. I mean, following on from that, like you've mentioned a couple of great tools. If we're looking at the 4 fundamentals, if you want to break them down into a tool each that you could use, I mean, for the industry, right? Google Trends, massive. Seeing what people are searching for, seeing what people gauge with, essentially, and what gains interest over time is huge for your industry. In terms of looking at customers, right? As you mentioned, polls, family members, Survey Monkey is a brilliant thing. You can chuck a little poll out there or a questionnaire and get people in real time to answer. I know personally, we had a bit of a conflict issue where I said something was better and Ollie said the opposite, essentially.
Guess who lost?
Same as the Bizz Wheel. Anyway, moving on from that, what we did was we reached out to probably 10 people your side, 10 people my side, and we got an average, basically.
Well, I ended up going out to almost 60 people, but yeah.
Yeah, but breaking it down, that's how you can run it, essentially. You run a poll and you go, right, the audience knows what it wants. This is what came out of the results, so we're going to go with this.
I got whitewashed. 80% disagreed with me. 80%.
Yeah.
You live and you learn.
Anyway, but that's the point, because there will be a small percentage that probably definitely agree with you, but maybe the larger proportion of what we're trying to target agree with the other. So another one that's huge in terms of competitors understanding what they do is Statista. I don't know if we've used this. I know we have, but this is a massive thing. You get access to data from what companies has posted over the years. Obviously, it won't be real-time data because it is backdated.
Yeah.
But you get a very good understanding. You get a broad market analysis, especially within your industry. Brilliant tool to use. I've actually used it a lot, and I found that it helped massively.
Completely agree.
In terms of, I guess, your customer base as well, if we're looking at monetization, which is similar, because I think they cross paths quite a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Forums.
Oh, yeah.
A brilliant website. Answer the Public, right?
That was Answer the Public.
Answer the Public. This basically helps you discover common questions you might be thinking of or the audience might be asking, and it will basically help you almost gather feedback in a way where you can maybe mitigate your concerns, also really understand what you're trying to push. So if I'm really happy about something, but I need to get a bit of clarity, I can go on Answer the Public, and on there might be a niche particularly associated to me where someone's go, this is a brilliant idea, or someone might go, not too sure about this, didn't work for me, so I'd probably stay away from it.
Maybe even start like a talking point. Like if you were to say as a question, I bought this product from said competitor, Has anyone had any issues with it?
Yeah.
Get that forum going. Get people
100%.
Get people answering the questions that you want to answer.
There are brilliant apps out there that do brilliant things like Reddit. You've got your, what's the other one? Qro or something like that. Have you heard of that? I don't know how you say it, but yeah. Forums like that, are brilliant.
Completely agree. And here's another little one for you.
Go on.
This is a more entertaining one. It costs a little bit more money. Mystery shop. Go and
I've not heard of that.
this is like it's not a company, it's not a tool.
Right.
Mystery shop. Go and buy from your competitors. But you're not telling them. So there's a job out there where people get told they're called mystery shoppers, and they go into companies like Tesco's or Sainsbury's, and they're called mystery shoppers, and they go and buy around, and they might get a couple of bottles of alcohol, and when they go to the tills, they check if they get ID'd, or they do little bits and bobs, and they test products. They're called mystery shoppers, and you can get paid for it as a job. And it'd be a cool idea for yourself if you wanted to go and purchase from your competitors. See what their lead times are like, see what their marketing's like, see what their emails like, invoices, list it all out, see what they do in the process for you, and then you know exactly what you need to do. If they're doing well, utilize that sort of
No, I think that's brilliant. I've personally done that before as well. So I've purchased something. How long has it take to process? How long has it take to come to my door? What's the packaging like? What delivery service do they use? How do I open it? How do I feel? What's the quality like? Everything like that. Like, it's a brilliant inside information.
Completely agree. Anyway, what are we getting into next, Jamie? I know this one's exciting you, so I'll let you describe it to the people.
This one's close to my heart right now. Because this is perfect purchase.
This is perfect
and purchase. I honestly think I have come up with a banger.
So perfect purchase for you people is our next segment, where we will be both buying within a certain budget range and a certain topic a product of sorts, and we'll be demonstrating as to why we think ours is better, and flexing a bit.
Today's one
here's not shut up about it all day.
Is the best party essential. And ladies and gentlemen, if you are looking for the best party essential under £15, look no further than what I have.
Right, let's play a little animation for you, and we will spin ourselves over there.
Welcome back.
Hello there.
Perfect purchase. A brand new segment for you lovely people out there.
As you can see, he's quite excited.
So excited. Honestly, this thing I'm going to use everywhere I go. It is insane. Anyway, regardless of the point, perfect purchase. What is it? I bet you're asking. Basically, what it is we will have a category. Today's category is the best party essential. We'll have a particular budget, and we have to stick to that budget and basically go, what have we found, Oliver? What have you found for that budget? And is it better than the other person's?
That is the thing of the day, and this man's been speaking about it so much it's made me nervous. So
you can judge down below. You can judge down below.
Yeah, we'll hear
I'm
from you
biased.
people. What you think is the best, and bear in mind the title, best party essential. Don't get swayed by what he's going to do to you. Don't get done by his
Whoa. You don't even know what I'm going to do to them.
Well, I'm going to go first just to get rip the Band-Aid off.
Go on.
So, I'll give you a little pitch.
Right, so yeah, I've got a little pitch for you as well, mate.
Got the product here.
Do you want me to look at it?
And it's versatile as well.
Amizanio.
Are we ready? So, forget tiny red cups. Go big or go home.
Okay.
Shit.
Yeah, big.
The Kimoni supersized beer pong set is here to take your party from meh to legendary. With a jumbo-sized set of cups and high bounce balls, this game turns any gathering into an epic showdown of skill, luck, and questionable decision-making. Perfect for barbecues, perfect for birthdays, and the nights that you probably won't remember. This is the beer pong set on steroids, minus the illegal substances. Grab a set, rally your crew, let the chaos begin. Welcome to the best beer pong set ever.
I like it. Can you crack it open?
I can, because there's a couple of things I love about this product. First of all,
12 balls as well.
The packaging.
That's pretty good.
It is. So have a little look at this awesome.
Oh, that's
this awesome.
Hold on. Whoa.
Look
How
at
much
this.
do you get it for, sir?
Right, I'm about to tell you. Look at this. How cool is this? It's like a proper can, which lid pops off. You got all the balls in there.
Okay.
So this is, I think, if you haven't had a party with a beer pong, it's not as good of a party, in my opinion.
Where are the cups?
So it's a party essential. Underneath, they're all down here. I'll get them out in a second for you. However, I want you to guess, actually. Our budget was £15. What do you think this costs?
Right. Oh.
You know the top marker.
I do. I want to say like £11.
This costs $6.99.
Wow.
It's insane how good that price point is.
That's good value for money, I think.
Throw loads of beer pong balls at
me. And the amount of times I lose a ping pong ball. The amount of times I lose a ping pong ball. Yeah, nice.
Cups with marketing on.
Okay.
Red and blue cups.
Oh,
so you get the two teams in there. I think it's outstanding. I think the packaging's awesome. I think the price of the product's brilliant. So actually, I've gone away and developed the idea further. You see, now we had a budget of £15. Okay, so I thought, why not make this a big old party? I've spent $6.99.
Here we go.
So we're gonna fill out.
Cheated.
No, I haven't. I've flushed out the idea. That's what I like to say.
Hold on a minute.
I'm holding.
12 cups. It says.
Yeah.
6 red, 6 blue.
Yeah.
It's not enough for a beer pong.
Yeah, it is.
Nah, you need more than that.
Well, this is the idea to extend the game.
I like it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not slaying it. I like
what
it.
you've
I like
said.
it.
I like what you said because I've thought about that. I haven't thought about that, but I'm going to work with it. So, in here, I've got a bunch of circular white discs. Reason being is because if you go and check out our Patreon, what we will be doing is we'll be playing Bizz Pong. So on these cards will feature business questions that will go underneath the cups. So when you get the ball in the cup, if you can answer the business question, you can put the cup back.
Oh, we'll be rubbish.
If you don't answer the business question,
we will be rubbish.
But once you've answered the question and it gets in the same cup again in the future, there is now no longer a card under the cup, so you have to drink. And these cost about £3. So we've still got a few pounds left.
Not bad.
Get yourself a big old 2-litre cider and you're off to the races. Best party essential.
Where on earth did he pull that from?
Anyway. So I think for less than £15, you got yourself a banging beer pong set.
You've got
as many questions as you want and a good.
I'll give you that, I'll give you that. You've got a very good, almost the life of the party, right?
Thank you.
I'm going to bring the fucking soul.
4.8 stars out of 5.
I'm going to bring the soul.
You're going to bring the what?
The soul.
The soul. Okay, let me put this away. Let me put this aside.
Right. So yeah. In terms of like the business stuff like that, did you find anything about them?
So the company itself. Do you know what? It's quite strange, actually.
Yeah.
This is where it probably is the reason why it costs $6.99.
Okay.
The company's a bit all over the shop.
Okay.
They've got no website. They work on e-commerce platforms like Amazon and OneBuy and eBay and so on and so forth. And their product range is quite varied. I clicked on it and we had hats, we had like novelty gifts, we had furniture, we had everything. So I think Kimoni is almost like an oversight brand of a certain country and they're selling a lot of products that are established within their country.
Okay.
But at the same time, 4.8 stars out of 5, highly recommended product. And hey, Kimoni Beer Pong, you've done me proud, I think. So that's,
tell you what,
that's me.
It's a good starter to a party, I'll give you that. Like that's how you ice break, mate. Beer pong.
Enjoy it, actually.
It is, definitely is. All right, my fellow friends.
Let me move this out of the way. Let me give you the room.
I'll demonstrate something.
I'm so excited. I have no. He's been going on about it all day.
Packaging.
Okay, I have no idea what that is.
Quite like the packaging. Yeah, I'm trying not to like show you. Anyway, I'll pitch it. Yeah.
Let's go.
Sick. Here we go, my friends, ladies and gentlemen. In this box is everything you need.
Okay.
Everything you need.
Everything we need.
I don't know whether. Okay, I'm going to show you bloody.
I don't know what you're doing.
I don't even need a picture.
You're so confused. I've seen you like
in this box, my friends. I have a wireless Bluetooth mic.
Okay.
Hear me out.
Okay.
This will turn any gathering with a little bit of beer pong, the usual stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Into a full-blown karaoke party. And you're telling me there's not been a party that you've not gone to where someone starts singing, or even yourself?
That's usually me, yeah.
However, LED lights, portable speaker,
inside the mic,
and a microphone, which Can also go robotic if you want to do a bit of like AI rap and stuff like that.
What?
Basically, wherever you want to go, whatever you want to do, you bring this mic around, you can talk to people, you can sing in it, you can do whatever you want. It is insane. Not a very good pitch, I'll give you that. But for £12.79, my friends.
£12.79. Oh, look at this. Wow.
OMG.
It is beautiful.
I'm going to show you how it works.
Go on. I'm so excited.
Can I show you how it works?
You may.
Listen to this as well. I think it's French.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
That is not French.
Where? What is that then?
It's connected successfully.
Successfully. I don't think that's
I think it said
French.
unsuccessfully.
No, it said successfully.
Did it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah.
It is a
did.
beautiful colouring though. Look at it.
Look at that blue. Lots of colours came in. I picked blue.
And £12.99, eh?
£12.79.
£12.79. I see.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Little
are you
demo?
ready? Can you hear me?
I can.
God, that is orgasmic, isn't it?
What have we got? Oh, it's playing the music off the Oh, wow. So, it's all making sense now.
Everybody in the club, put your hands up. See the moon, see the moon, see the moon. Oh, and you're looking at the sun.
I love it.
Not a fool, not a fool, not a fool. Anyway, you get the gist of it.
I'm impressed. That made up for the pitch.
And if I want an announcement, ladies and gentlemen, Jamie has won the best purchase.
Nah. You're not the decider.
This is insane.
You're not the decider.
I know you want to give it a go.
I want to hear the robot one.
That's the so you get normal voice.
Oh, let me hear the robot one.
This is normal voice.
Okay.
That's robot.
This is robot. Wagwan. Oh, it's like
Yeah, it's
giving an
echoey. And look at the lights as you talk, mate. It's just.
Oh, it's like. Oh, that is pretty cool.
Oh, it's so good, mate. You can take that anywhere you want to go. Holiday, whatever. You can take it, pack it. It's very easy to pack.
And it's like, it seems quite durable.
Yeah.
In the way that it feels. It's not feels like something tacky. It does actually feel really good.
Oh, mate, I'm obsessed with it.
It's like that harder, better, faster, stronger. That's what I was expecting when you said the robot voice. Oh, it's a recording button as well.
Yeah, I haven't even discovered half the settings.
I don't know if that works. Nope. Sorry. Right. Anyway,
you
before
get
we
the
get
gist.
copyrighted.
Unreal. We've already been copyrighted.
Definitely.
I'll turn it off.
That was a good vibe though. I enjoyed it.
Very good.
Yeah,
That'll bring a party.
It almost made this a party. We almost went for it.
It did for a second. We were partying.
What I would say is the mic and the beer pong, you are having one hell of a night.
For how much?
For less than
20 quid.
basically, yeah, if you just count the beer pong thing on its own, less than 20 quid, you're having a hell of a party. So I've got a little proposition to be made.
Party.
Yeah. If we hit, what should we call it? Give us a subscriber count and we'll have an SNS party and we'll put it out on the Patreon.
What, just me and you?
No, like get some other people in, bro.
All right, yeah. I'm happy with that.
We'll get some of our OG
so
subscribers
500,
out.
you lose an eyebrow.
Yes. If it's
Half
within
an
the first
eyebrow.
few weeks.
Within the first few weeks.
Yeah.
Which was still within.
I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm talking about a party. Get me excited.
So we say more than half an eyebrow or a bit less?
100% more.
Okay. 750.
750. Once we hit 750 subs
By?
You can be the judge. I made the judgment last time.
May.
By May. If we hit 750
First
subs
week
by
of May.
May, we will pick some of you 750. We'll get what should we say, like 50 of them out?
Fair enough. Okay, this is rogue. I've not heard this
I think
before.
that'd be cool. We go for a little beach party or something.
Little boogie with the karaoke.
Yeah, we'll invite a bunch of people. We'll have an absolute.
It'll be on the
lucid
Patreon.
party.
Yeah. We'll have a
And
good
get it on the
party,
Patreon.
man. Why not?
That'd be class.
Yeah, we'll get all the booze in and everything like that. I'll be chefing up.
There you are, people. Get up to 750 subs and you're within a chance of being part of the party.
Very rogue, but you have to be a subscriber to our Patreon.
You do. Right, well, that was Perfect Purchase. In the comments, please decide who you think got the better purchase, the better party essential.
I'm going to go home and literally do that in my bed now.
I know you are.
Tonight.
He's going to do that for the next few weeks. Anyway, let's get back into the podcast now and tell you a bit more about market research.
Bye. Oh, mate, that is unreal. Kangaroo court, you're telling me that's not going to come in clutch? So true. Literally the first thing I thought of.
It was intense.
That was intense.
Welcome back from Perfect Purchase, where if you stay to the end, you may see an additional clip from today's Perfect Purchase things, and you'll find its full extension on Patreon.
No, I tell you what, that went into a proper party.
We went into a new realm there. I don't know how else to describe it. We did something, and I can't explain it to you people.
Aliens.
It hasn't made sense to me just yet. Anyway, we're back into the topic of the day, being collecting market research, making sure that you people know what the other people really, really want. Understanding like mistakes that can be made.
Yeah,
in
definitely.
like the common searches of market research.
100%. I think we kind of touched on a lot of mistakes earlier,
Yeah.
but like this is just to really solidify the points, and the key takeaways you need to take from this are: we don't want you to be ignoring competitive analysis.
Yeah.
Competitive analysis, first of all, is key. You need to know exactly who you're competing with, what do they have that's different to you, what do you have that's different to them, what's your selling point. Particularly if you're going to investors, for example, they will need to see a competitive analysis, because if you don't have one, they might not understand the industry and may not even invest, because there's like, well, where are your competitors? Who are you competing against? There must be someone out there.
It also helps them gain the data to know what the opportunity is that you're
Yeah.
presenting them. If they don't see the scope as to how much money your business can make because you're showing what competitors are doing, then there's no
point.
like actual content to what you're providing them. Do you know
No,
what I'm trying to say?
exactly. And I think also with that, it kind of comes in hand with it, right? A lot of people overly rely on one method of essentially getting their research. So singular research method. They will literally find maybe, I don't know, one website that they rely on, stick with, or find a bit of a fact that they almost see and they're like, oh my God, it's so right, let's run with that. You need to do a broad spread. You need to see the whole picture. If you just rely on one little method that you're doing, it won't work. I'm sorry to say, like, it just won't work. It won't land at all.
No, you are right. And to talk about something that jumps not around market research, but it's almost like a part of it that you can do, which will make the process go much faster for you. I've looked into a bit about pre-sale and pre-sale tactics. So for those of you at home that don't fully understand the mentality of pre-sale, of which I was one at one point not too long ago, pre-sales are when you have a product idea and you choose to create concepts of the product or of the business or of the service of sorts, create maybe like package like itineraries and so forth, and then you put it out there to be bought on pre-sale. Now you gain the customers, you do sort of natural marketing, you can put out social media straight from the off, and what you do is you push it into the eyes of the people who need to see it. From your market research on competitors, you still need to do that facet. However, you then sell to these customers on a pre-sale basis. What you're trying to do is you're trying to get people to buy into the product, buy into the service of sorts, show you firsthand what the demand is, and then afterwards you can go and source the products, you can then source the business, you can source the service. Point being is you then completely eradicate the risk of low demand. However, there's some negatives that come of it as well. So I can talk through them.
Yeah. I mean, well, to touch on that as well, like, what's key about pre-sale is you need to make sure you've done a bit of data analysis before that. Like, you can't just go out into market and go, I've got something, who wants it? You need to see if there's actually scope or room for people wanting this product out there.
You're entirely right. So to just list off some simple pros and cons for you. Pros wise, it does generate that buzz and early hype before the product becomes available. It's almost like you guys being subscribers from day one. Please be subscribers. It allows you to say from day one you were part of the business being created by being part of their pre-sale demographic. Secondarily, it validates the demand, as I said before, or it validates the fact that there's no demand. If nobody's buying it and you've got it on pre-sale, it's not necessarily because they're not getting it next week or they're not getting it tomorrow. It might be because they don't ever bloody want it.
Yeah, and I think that's a big thing as well. Pre-sale can come hand in hand with whatever you're looking to sell. So a lot of people might be a bit blindsided and they might have a bit of a bias, right? Which is something we can be both guilty of.
Certainly.
Definitely. And they haven't invited maybe a third-party member to come have a look at the product, get some feedback on it, and they've gone, let's test the waters and get nothing. That's a big sign that no one wants your product. So make sure before you do that, because it kind of looks bad if you've gone, oh, I've got a drop coming, who wants to buy, who wants to purchase, and you get no sales, no purchases. So before you get onto that stage, make sure you approach the right people, whether it's family members, pages online and stuff like that do polls. Check out whether your product or service is needed out there.
You're right. However, there are negatives to pre-sales. And everything you just said is vitally important to making sure whether you go down the pre-sale avenue or you go down the avenue of stocking before selling products, just like an average an average brand would do. That's because of these sorts of cons associated with pre-sale. So first of all, the risk of delays and also disappointment. If you can't promise the customer something because you haven't actually made it yet, or you haven't actually created the service and tried and tested it, you do risk a massive sense of not only disappointing the customer, but also if the product doesn't deliver at the time scale that you're promising to pre-sale, then you put yourself at a massive risk of those delays and customers being very unsatisfied. And you do not want your business starting off with unsatisfied customers, because it will drive you into the ground.
Exactly. And customers do have a lot of leverage over you guys. Like if you've gone, you will get this on the 15th of August and suddenly it's October and they've received nothing, you're going to end up in a lot of trouble.
True. And they're also very, like, the skepticism of customers is huge. If you're promising something on a pre-sale, you may lose out on customers because people be there like, no, I kind of want a product that's already got reviews, or no, I kind of want a product that I'm going to get within 24 hours just to be able to like have it because I'm thinking about it now. There's those sorts of facets of skepticism that customers won't always align with. And you've got to be able to accept that if you are going down the avenue of pre-sales.
That's why you kind of find like a lot of startups especially will offer a huge discount or have a price point that is extremely low in comparison to competitors, purely because they're trying to build a bit of an audience, a bit of an engagement to get some reviews. And then suddenly when they release their next drop, you realise the price is a bit more. So that's why they try to get people to buy in early days. That's kind of what you can do with pre-sales. But if you're going straight out there with a similar price point to competitors, you're probably going to find yourself a bit stuck in the mud.
True. And there are examples on big scales and small scales where people do this. A lot of clothing brands try this in their early infancy because they want to see what customers are going to buy in terms of hoodies or hats or accessories, so on and so forth. But it happens on a big scale. We spoke before about Tesla making their Model S series or Y series, whatever it was, and they brought along people to make the purchases of deposit before the car was ever made. This pre-sale tactic happens all over the world, and it's a really good form of your market research. So.
Yeah, and with the Tesla one as well, I mean, they didn't deliver on time, but the way he came about marketing it back to the investors, obviously he took a lot of stick for it, but he still went back and listened, like, we're making something, here's the evidence, here's the proof, like it will be there. Obviously, a car versus a T-shirt is a very different story.
Definitely, but either way, deliver on what you say you're going to deliver on.
Exactly, man.
So,
So, I mean, taking us onto a bit of our own personal experiences, like, has there ever been a time where, I don't know, you've gone and approached someone, an investor or something like that, and you just haven't got what you wanted from it? Whether it's a pre-sale, whether it's actually reaching out to someone and you just haven't got any response. I've had loads of these incidents.
Funnily enough, I've experienced less of not getting any response, probably because I've spoken to less people overall. However, I have sometimes experienced where I've got the response I didn't bloody want. And this happened. Go on. One with the poll that we did, but secondary, there's an experience I had a while ago, back a year ago when we were thinking about leveling this podcast and the business that goes hand in hand with that. I was speaking to a lot of people at my own work to be there, like, what are your thoughts? So I've had some downtime. I was speaking to a colleague one day and I was like, oh, I've heard that you started a business. And this chap had started a business. He was big into his crypto and he had sort of a product business as well that he used to sell on, I believe it was Amazon, but it might be something else. Really switched on guy, and a very good colleague, like a really respectful, nice guy. However, I decided to go, maybe this is the perfect person to talk to about my business. And so I tell him everything. I talk to him about the facets of where we're going to promote this, who our demographics are, how we're going to monetize. I start giving him all the juicy gossip. And he just simply says, it ain't going to work. And I was like, sorry?
Yeah.
And he goes, it's not going to work. Like, they're two saturated markets. Podcasting's developing at a massive rate.
Yeah.
Your other facets developing at a massive rate. It's just not going to work. And I thought to myself, I was like, well, that's rather disappointing. And he was having none of it. I tried
deflated
my best.
Your balloon in a way.
Tried my best to get around it, but no. And however, I do say this, there is still value retained from that conversation. And funnily enough, it will be a segment in this extended episode later today if you go check out the Patreon. As I said, he was quite into his crypto, into his stocks and such and so forth. And he told me a lot about that. And I said, well, there are all these facets within business, whether it's through investment or whether it's through starting a company yourself, which gave birth to an idea of ours, which we've got on the podcast called Stocky, which is a segment where we look at stocks in the real world, we invest into them ourselves with small amounts of money, and we show people the truth of what investments can do for people as well.
We'll track that and give you live updates in terms of how we're doing. And over the course of a couple of years, we can have a good little look at who did better. Yeah,
so even though he told me that this is going to completely fail, hopefully you can prove him wrong. He still had something resourceful for the conversation.
We both know from our first-hand experiences that when approaching investors, there's some people that might have a bit of an interest and suddenly ghost you. There might be some people that you reach out to and you're like, yeah, they're definitely going to reply. They're definitely going to reply. And you hear nothing.
Got an example?
I do have an example. That's literally what happened to me, mate. So I messaged a potential investor, obviously showing interest into what they do. We would love to have you on board, etc., etc. No reply. I was like, okay, maybe he's busy. Maybe they're doing something. Whatever it may be. Family commitments, whatever. Wait a week. Send a little chaser out. No reply. That was it. I mean, essentially what you have to do in that scenario, I think the way I approached it was probably the best way.
Yeah.
You don't want to come across nagging. No. You don't want to come across chasing too hard or too needy. So what I thought was best kind of approach was to go, give it a week. He may be really busy, and I'll send a chaser. If I don't hear back, I'm Xing him off the list, essentially. Yeah. Because there comes a time where you have a deadline, you have a certain criteria that you need to hit. There's no point chasing nothing, essentially.
It's prioritization of your time and the value of having those conversations. 100%. Some real value can come from them, some very minimal.
Exactly. And don't take it personally because you don't actually know the reasons as to why they haven't responded. So, I mean, some people just like that.
And to be fair, talking to people that don't respond on a scale which I'm sure a lot of people have experienced. I've experienced this probably more so when I'm drunk than when I'm not drunk. However, whenever you're on social media and you're seeing all these big business influencers or you're seeing your favourite celebrities popping off, I don't know why I do this, but whenever a couple of drinks gets inside of me, I love going on Instagram and just before I fall asleep, I think, you know what? I'm just going to send a little message to Mara Toge, or I'm just going to send a message to Simon Squibb, or I'm just going to send a message to someone just to let them know that I support them entirely. And I never get any responses.
I'm guilty of that as well, but probably not when I'm drunk.
You do it when you're sober. I think that's worse.
Back in my heyday, Oliver, when I was younger.
Go on.
I messaged Dua Lipa. Guess what?
Your darling girl. What did she say?
Well, I said to her, listen. Let me paint a picture for you. I'm looking for some tickets. That's what I'm asking for. Don't care where. Don't need backstage. Don't need all that. Just want to hear your voice. Just want to sing along. Have a little boogie, you know? Maybe whack out the karaoke machine.
Maybe.
Anyway, sent it. God, I was so nervous when I sent that.
I bet.
Sweating. Clammy, you know.
And she didn't immediately pick up and go, Jamie's messaged me.
Hear me out. I was like, I'll give it a day. 48 hours later.
That's more than a day.
Checking. No, I'm saying I'd give it a day.
Moving on.
I was 48 hours, a week, a month, a year. No reply. I don't know. She might still reply. She might be busy.
Maybe she's.
But the whole point, exactly. I mean, the whole point is like, I put the effort in. But sometimes these high-profile influencers, stuff like that, they don't always reach out, unfortunately.
No.
That is the lesson I learned.
It's the lesson you learn. It's a good way to get yourself some thicker skin. Market research is going to be tough, 100%. Especially when it comes to reaching out to people. Yeah. I'd say message 100 influencers, get 100 no replies, and then crack on with market research because you'll have a thicker skin by the end of it.
It's disheartening. I mean, in terms of, I know what you want to ask is how did you cope, Jamie?
I know.
Brutally, I haven't coped, but
sorry,
I've got to live my life.
You do.
I do.
You're a strong person.
Oliver, you don't understand. Like
Oliver, you haven't said that in a few years.
I know, it's serious. Because maybe this podcast, I might be able to get something out of it. I might be able to get a little ticket.
Don't tell me you're doing all of this just to get a response from Dua Lipa.
What's the next segment?
Let's move on to the next segment. We're now going to get into our third segment of the day. Now, this one...
Oh, yes. This will cheer me up. God, my emotions today have gone partying to lows, back up to a good high level, I reckon.
Now, I'll explain to you the reason why it's a high level. We're about to get into probably the most vital segment of these podcasts, and these will be happening once a month, because we cannot do it any more than that for our own mental health. And so
you've seen how unstable we are. Unstable. What am I about?
We're about to get into Bizz Wheel. Okay, we'll explain it to you. We're losing composure. We'll explain it to you once we get there. But stick around, because it does.
This is big,
wild,
juicy.
Let's go. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Bizz Wheel. And there's a reason why I'm exasperating and why Jamie's so excited. Is because I am the one spinning the wheel today. Now you might go, that sounds good. You get to spin. No. It means that I've got to do what the Bizz Wheel lands on. You will be able to see the reason as to why it's me that's spinning the wheel over on Patreon. From last week, we did a Battle of the Host segment in our extended episode, and I think you can guess who lost.
It was extremely close.
It went down to a nail biter. We were drawn, and anyway, I'm not going to spoil it for you.
Don't spoil it.
But you know who lost.
Regardless, right?
But we had a tiebreaker.
We have come up with 14 different punishments. Each time the Bizz Wheel is spun and someone has performed one of the said punishments, one will be replaced. This gives a brilliant opportunity for the audience to potentially suggest something to land on this Bizz Wheel once this has been spun by Ollie.
Exactly. Now let me describe to you what sort of things are on the Bizz Wheel. So
let's run through it.
They are punishments, but the way it works is on here you'll have we'll call them a daily business idea. We'll talk to them as, they could be as simple as a lemonade stand. They could be as simple as a bake sale. They could be as simple as being someone's butler for a day. And what we have to do is, if we land on it, we get given a day, probably later this month at some point, before the episode comes out, of course, where we will have to go ahead with the business. And what we've got to try and do is, whatever money we spend, we want to not only break even, but surpass and try and make profit from it.
We are £10 down.
However, some of these business ideas are brutal. So, Jamie, do you want to run us through a couple on here?
I mean, personal favourites that I would like you to get. 100% pop-up barbers.
Pop-up barbers. We'll answer the public, and we'll be asking members of the public if I can cut their hair. I can't.
Do you know how to cut hair?
No.
Other one.
It's insane.
The butler. I would love to see you getting slaved about.
I tell you one thing, you're not being the person I'm getting recruited by.
I think bad advice, funny. I like it. Psychic reading. This is going to be insane. I do not know what you would come up with, or what anyone would come up with for psychic readings.
I've got just as much as psychics probably do. That's probably what I come up with.
Ooh, beefy.
We've got all sorts on here. We've got some nicer, some not so nice. But either way, it's going to be a very embarrassing thing being out there in the public. However, you get to see the world's reaction firsthand to our idiocy.
Let's do it, Ollie. Give it a spin.
Here we go.
Oh my gosh.
I don't even want to look.
This is history. Big spin. That's a good spin. Street DJ! Oh, we basically did it today.
So I'm going to be going out in the public as a street DJ, trying to get people...
Coins, money. You need to get money.
I guess I get donations for being the street DJ.
I don't know, maybe make a little club. I have no clue how you're going to do it, but I'm going to watch and have so much fun.
Anyway, it's going to be revealed to you right now. This is my live reaction. However, right now you're going to see and witness the real Bizz Wheel.
I actually don't think it's too bad. I actually don't think it's too bad, mate. You could see as far as options could go on. Hello, people. At the moment, we've got Tomo and me, and we are watching DJ Oliver. Or what's his name?
DJ Sweet Sounds.
Sweet Sounds. He's currently over there.
Is someone approaching?
Who knows? Who knows? He hasn't really started it yet, has he? He's just like wandering around. It's quite windy. Got a lot of foot traffic. It's not bad. See how he gets on. Keep you updated.
Fuck my life. This is one of the worst things I've ever done. I'm so stressed. But here we go.
Sorry, I'm
Go-
my
go-
friend Greg's and this is great.
Go check him out. Give him
Oh,
a
yeah.
quid. On his thing, he's got like little things he'll do, dance for you and stuff like that.
He'll do a little dance.
Yes.
He does me a little dance, does he?
Go have a
You're
look.
joking.
Go have a little look.
What sort of dance?
Huh?
What sort of
Whatever
dance
you
will
want.
he do?
Whatever you want.
Whatever
mate.
I
Whatever you
want.
want. Get him to do like the gritty or something.
Oh, can he do any flips?
But you'll try.
Ollie, mate, what's your name?
Alex.
Alex, nice to meet you, Alex.
Nice to meet you. What's
Nice to
this all about?
So this is all about everyone having a good day, Alex. You know? DJ Sweet Sounds, right?
yeah.
If you want a little song on, have a little sweet, it's a nice day.
Oh, yeah.
That's the idea. You look like a man with interesting music taste.
Yeah,
Go on, what have you got?
Oh, just like really annoying 70s punk to me.
70s, nothing annoying about the 70s.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
you see, it's a business plan, you see.
Is it?
Trying to make as much money in a day as possible. I've got to break even, you see.
I see.
Because, hey, you can't have a business if you don't break even.
Yeah,
So, if you've got a song idea, for £1 I'll get the song on. For £3 we get a little boogie, and you get to take a sweet either way. You get a little sweet treat for you helping me out. £5 karaoke or £25 I can fuck off home because truthfully, I desperately want to. Any ideas, lads? Any takers? Any
I have
takers?
no money.
No cash?
That's the issue, no cash.
It is a bit of an issue. No cash at all.
I'm sorry,
It's stressful, isn't it?
Who's this? The gym group.
I can't move too far away. I've got to stay on my feet, you see.
Oh my god. You could be getting something here.
Who's bitter by? By Fletcher.
Hey, he's talking to a girl with headphones, so I'm not sure how this is going to work. I think she's already listening to her own music. But like, if you can get a quid out of her, fair play. Fair play.
Oh, she's got cash on her. Wowzer, maybe. I do have change. If you've got any notes. I'll get Fletcher lined up for you. I bet it's a banger.
I've only got
A euro? Do you know what? I'll take a euro. I'll take a euro. Awesome, that's basically like £1. Right, I'll get Fletcher lined up. Are you shopping?
I'm just gonna get hair dye, yeah.
Hair dye, right, you grab hair dye, I'll get Fletcher lined up. When you come back out, we'll have a boogie. Woo! Woo! Any good music tastes? Maybe not. Any good music songs, boys? Any banging tunes you got for us today on DJ Sweet Sounds? Nothing yet. We made a euro. I'm really happy with myself right now. You made £1.
There's a police officer has just come over. So Ollie, it's a community officer.
It's community.
Waffle.
How you doing? What's your name, sorry? Petra, lovely to meet you. Oh, so basically, if they give £1, they can pick a song and they can take a sweet. Just because I thought I'd bring some sweets out to say thank you to people who came and interacted with me for the day. Have you got any good music? Yeah? Excellent. Have a good day. Pleasure. Just got topped off. Oh yeah. Should I have a little boogie? Does it taste me now?
Well, having a boogie, yeah.
Legend. What are we thinking, boys? Come up with any songs? Any good ideas for songs? What we got on the meal deal today? Oh, smoothie. This man's staying healthy. You're going to the gym, aren't you? I can tell. Man on the bike. Won't be able to catch him. He's going too quick. Anybody with some good tunes for today with DJ Sweet Sounds? How we doing, people? Got some tunes on? Want a little boogie? Got some good songs coming on. If you've got some music taste, you know what to do. It's all right here for you. Think about it. Best idea, best business plan in 2025. Everyone's looking down at their phones. No one's really paying attention to me. This is brutal. But we made £2. We made £2 already. We're getting there. We made £2. Well, £1 and a euro. Get your favourite songs on. You let me know. All for the grand old sum of £1. Oh, go on, you guys. I've got loads of change as well, by the way. Loads of change if you need to. Go on, we can have a little dance, have a little boogie. What's your favourite songs? You know you want a little boogie. Everyone does. Everyone's having a good day. What are we thinking? Music-wise? He's got to do a trick on the skateboard as well. If he does a trick on the skateboard, I'll put 2 songs on. I think anything's a trick, so you can really just skate around, to be honest. Thanks very much, Jermaine, for that previous song. How are we doing? Have a nice day? Oh, what's your favourite song? No favourite song? Oh, have a lovely day, though.
Oh, he's got money. He's got cash. No song. Just a bit of cash. Namaste. Namaste.
Do you want a sweet? No? I'll take it. Legend. Absolute legend. How are we doing? I've got more change now, by the way, if anyone needs any more change. So that's an extra, you just gave me £2.50 there. £2.50. £2.50. I'll take it. That's what she gave me, £2.50, mate. I'll take it any day of the week. This guy means business. He's going to kill a man, guarantee it. Wearing the shorts. It's like 6 degrees. What are you doing? Bang out of order. Dum dum. Dum 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 dum. I think these lads look too young, so I'm gonna hold off on that. Oh shit! I know her. She works for me. How are we doing? Having a good day? You know you're having a good day now. I work with her. Yep. Tell Jamie if you didn't hear that. Yeah. That is a cabin manager at EasyJet.
Hey, wait. Can you say that again, mate?
Hey, that guy looks like Tom Curry, bro, from the England.
Unreal.
Nobody speaks to me now. I feel alone. The foot traffic's dying as well. Foot traffic's dying? Let's kill it there. Thanks for joining me on DJ Sweet Sounds. You made £6. Best £6 of my life. And I'm so glad this is over.
Hello, people.
Welcome back. We have just finished the Bizz Wheel segment.
Just right now.
How was it? Let me get it on.
How was it?
Street DJ.
Street DJ. It was hard. It was better than I thought it was going to be. I was stressed before.
So how much prep did you put into it beforehand then?
Well, not a lot. It was meant to be like, obviously Bizz Wheel was pretty much like a day project.
Yeah.
So I had like some thoughts before today, but
Yeah.
aside from that, it was very much like today became itself as the day went on.
Off the
And I
cuff
sort
kind of
of,
thing.
I was improvising a lot of
Yeah.
stuff. So we've come away with the grand old sum of £6. Made my £6. I'm happy.
Actually not bad.
That's 2 meal deals. So you know what? You come away, you feed yourself for 2 days when you do 20 minutes of DJing.
So overall, you ended up with 19 quid deficit at the moment. It's good.
Yeah, it's not great.
It's good.
Not great. It's now off of Bizz Wheel.
We are missing a section.
And guess who gets to pick what goes back on it?
You guys.
You guys. Let us know your thoughts as to what you want to go on Bizz Wheel. I'm pretty sure we'll have some interactions before we...
Yeah. It'll be on our story most likely on Instagram. So go check it out. Keep an eye out for it. Also, we will be looking at all the suggestions. I'm sure there's going to be some rubbish ones out there. And we will pick probably the best one, I reckon. Or we'll get Tom in the background to pick it because he gets to film it.
Yeah, he doesn't have to go through the torture.
100%, yeah.
Anyway, it was an absolute laugh. Good first run of Bizz Wheel.
First ever one, mate.
This will come about once a month for you people, just so you every now and again get to see us out and about embarrassing ourselves in our suits and sliders.
Yeah, boy.
There's not much more to say than that.
Nah, exactly, mate. Apart from cheerio.
Let's get back into the episode.
That was... You're right there. That was Bizz Wheel. I have no idea how I did. Obviously, it happens in the future from today. However, I feel like I've got
not the worst
just
one
enough.
out
Yeah,
there.
I feel like I've come away fairly unscathed. However,
Definitely.
I mean, you guys at home know. Do you think?
How much do you reckon you earn,
I was
mate?
going to say that.
That's what I'm intrigued to know.
I feel like I'll be satisfied with £50.
50 quid.
If I've walked away from an afternoon, let's say, his work with 50 quid, I'll be happy because I feel like I'll spend less than that in the process. However, anyway, I'm sure you've all seen that and you've endured it. However, if I've not made 50 quid, I tell you, I'm probably
It's all
disappointed
about
in
your
myself.
location and where you're at and who's around, I think.
So
is
many facets
key.
to it, and I will be spending some time in divvying
Yeah,
into
there'll
that
be
idea.
so much behind the scenes and stuff like that on Patreon.
Oh,
so
there'll be a
go check
huge
it out.
extended version on Patreon, so please go and check
Huge.
that out. Speaking of which, I think that pretty much wraps the YouTube side of things up for today.
Episode 4.
We're through episode 4. These are coming through quick now. They feel like they're going past fast. But thank you so much for being here. Genuinely, we really appreciate it. We have so much love for you for joining us on our journey in making businesses. And as time goes on, you'll learn and understand more about that process for us and the specifics as to our businesses.
Exactly. Thank you very much, Boardroom Breezers.
Oh,
yeah.
that was it.
I was going to ask you, mate, where are your nicknames?
Really good point. I do have some here.
You have some?
I do have some here.
No way.
I do. I feel like you said them on.
Also,
Patreon
where
before.
are your sliders?
That's a really good point. Where are my sliders gone?
Also, why are you wearing wrong socks, wrong...
It doesn't matter. Right, we're outroing.
Go on, what nicknames you got?
Okay. I've got 3, and I feel like you'll like the last one
gonna be
most, so we're
mine,
going to go
no.
backwards.
No, it's not
I'm going to say the Boardroom Breezers, I think, is bang
Insane.
average. And I've got a bang average one as well.
Insane.
The Executives. I quite like The Executives. No?
I just haven't got that.
You got to be open to these suggestions.
All right,
I'm not saying
fine.
anymore.
Look at this. This is biased again, see? That's why we
Number
have you
2.
guys.
Number 2. The SNS Squad. I need more from you, man. Okay.
Back mine.
Okay, I'm backing him. He's going to like this last one. If he doesn't, then screw it. You guys at home can decide. I'm not taking either of yours. Anyway, the last one. I don't know if this is a good idea or not. So these people at home, they have insider knowledge, to the truth of who we are and our true business plans. I bestow upon you people the Slider Insiders.
Actually.
Which, if you say it quickly...
Slider Insiders.
I don't think the penny's not going to drop with him for a while.
No, go on.
The Slider Insiders. Yeah, penny's dropped. That 1p has dropped. Those are my names. So anyway, you guys at home can decide. There's a few suggestions from me, a few suggestions from Jamie, but don't necessarily have to take them. Choose your own. Look at his face. He's so bewildered.
No, I like it. I like it. If we have a dominant male audience, I'm sure they'll like it.
There's nothing wrong with it.
We're woke.
Anyway, right. Thank you for joining us. Like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. We will see you
Sorry,
around.
camera died. That's why I made a noise.
That's why I was speaking to the main camera, bro. Look at the main camera, please.
Cheerio.
To the poop.
Well, it's quite funny to have a wild outro anyway every now and then.